So as you guys probably already know, last week I was really struggling with World Series. I tried to get into World Series on Twitch. I was playing ranked seasons, and it was just a struggle, man. It was win 2, lose 1, win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. I just couldn't go on a win streak. And I had plays like this happening to me on stream. That is 99 Mickey Mantle, bases loaded in the first inning of a game in Championship Series. It just doesn't lock in. The base is clear. I end up losing that game by 2 runs. It was tough nuggets. So I decided on Saturday, I'm not gonna stream it. I'm just gonna record my gameplay, no face cam. I'm just gonna lock in. I'm gonna put my headphones on and I'm just gonna play. So I have the gameplay and I got a little voiceover for you guys. This is me making World Series. Enjoy the video. So we were sitting at an 884 rating and we hop into this game, and you guys, trust me, you're gonna, this game was interesting. We actually got a pretty lucky matchup. It's Corey Kluber versus John Smoltz. We have a clear team advantage in this one, but as you're later gonna find out, there's a reason this guy with this team made it this far through the ranked seasons. He's a solid player, and he also has some tactics that he used. Now, I was going to cores during this run. My opponent had a 25-11 record. I had a 35-11 record at this point. We're gonna hop in. Top of the first, he's got that Raul Mondesi, Alberto Mondesi leading it off at a 1-2 count. We get that sinker belt high on the black for strike 3. Then Gleyber Torres hits a ground ball onto the shift side. Shortstop's gonna make that play routine. Carlos Correa, I added the face of the franchise, Carlos Correa, for this run. I've seen Fuzzy and some other guys using him. I was struggling with Jimmy Rollins in Championship Series, so I had to add Carlos Correa to the team. We get a goose egg in the top of the first, and then in the bottom half, Mickey Mantle with a base hit through the right side. That's gonna bring up Mike Trout. Now look, this is something I think they need to fix. Mickey Mantle, 80 stealing, 92 speed. He's still standing there with his hands on his hips. John Smoltz brought his leg all the way up and was about to put his foot back on the ground to release the pitch before Mickey Mantle even decided to break. I've been seeing that a lot, even with really good base runners, the super late break that's just, it doesn't make sense how long they take to break for second base. We end up getting thrown out after we steal a bag. So we mess up our opportunity there early, but then later in the inning, Reggie Jackson on a hanging curveball. It's a 2-run no-doubter out to right. Could have been a 3-run homer if not for that Mickey Mantle situation, but we get 2, we win the inning, that's all that matters. In the top of the second, we get a fly out to left, then we get another strikeout. Gonna throw that down to first base, and then his creative player comes up and he's gonna check swing on a changeup for strike 3. So Corey Kluber, 3 Ks through 2 innings. We're gonna skip into the third. First batter's gonna fly out to deep right field off the bat. This thing carried a little bit out to the wall. That's that Coors effect, playing at high altitude. Next batter with 1 out in the 8 holes, Nolan Arenado. He hooks that one foul. 3-2 count now, a few pitches later. We got 1 down again. Corey Kluber trying to pitch Nolan Arenado on the outside. That sinker was right out over the middle of the plate, but he missed it. Thankfully, Kluber's so nasty that meatballs sometimes make you go into panic mode because you don't know what way they're gonna break. We get him to strike out, and then the pitcher comes up and he pops one up. So now in the bottom of the third inning with 2 outs, Gary Sheffield up, trying to win an inning here. And you gotta check this out, because there is nothing better in this game than a Gary Sheffield perfect moonshot. Oh, buddy, opposite field. He takes that changeup down and away, puts it in the bleachers. It extends our lead to 3-zip. Celebrating at home plate with Craig Biggio. Next batter, Craig Biggio. He's gonna hit a deep fly ball out the left center field here, and look at that good okay contact. Are you kidding me? That's a home run. No one would be upset. We do get 1 on the inning, though. We win the third. It's 3-0. Now, my opponent's first hit of the game ends up being an off the end of the bat single down the other way. So with that runner on first base, Mondesi is actually going to try and take off, and he, again, gets that weird late break animation. Mondesi didn't take off until Kluber was almost back down with that lead foot to throw the ball, and we throw him out at second. We then strike Gleyber Torres out for the second out, and then Reggie Jackson swings through a slurve for strike 3. So that is another 3-up, 3-down inning, despite a hit in that one. And then Jason Giambi comes up top of the, or bottom of the fourth here, deep fly ball out to left. We were just a hair under that ball. He flies out to the warning track, bringing up Mike Piazza. I put Mike Piazza behind the plate. I put Craig Biggio at second base, and I took Alomar out of my lineup. Alomar, Jimmy Rollins, two cards that flat out raked for me all the way up to Championship Series, but then they really started to struggle in Championship Series, so I got them both out for Giambi and Correa, and there's Carlos Correa right on cue with a no doubt perfect blast out to left. No doubt about it. Correa and Piazza, just a little bit more power, better arms on those cards defensively. So I made that switch and it ended up working out. So we extend our lead to 4, and this is where this game starts to get a little bit weird. My opponent gets Carlos Santana, hits a ground ball all the way to the wall, beats the shift the other way. That brings up Joey Gallo, who strikes out on a cutter in, just on top of that ball. It's created player up now with 1 out. Again, gonna chop a sinker. That was belt high. We're gonna get him to ground out. We almost got him back picked there at second base, but he ends up getting back in time. Next batter, Eddie Matthews. He's going to take a walk, and that brings up Nolan Arenado. That was a good sinker on the corner. Good take. He gets the call. So that puts another runner on. There's 2 on, 2 outs. Nolan Arenado, doesn't matter if it's a righty or a lefty out there, he's a dangerous at-bat. If you get his swing timing down, I learned this last year, he's just a really, really nasty pitcher if you can, or hitter if you can figure out his swing timing. We do get him to swing through a sinker, though, so we get out of the jam. And we go into the 6th inning with our 4-0 lead. But like I said, that's where the game got a little bit weird on us. Our opponent got a couple base runners in that last inning. And he's going to make some decisions here down the stretch that are going to make this game a little bit sweaty. 2 strikeouts to start the top of the 6th. And then Gleyber Torres with 2 outs. He's going to drill one to the wall. That'll one-hop for an extra base hit. Gleyber, 23 years old, going to be in scoring position with 2 outs. Brings up Reggie Jackson in his 3-hole. Again, another really scary at-bat. We bounce a sinker down. That'll make it a full count with 2 out, or 2-2 count with 2 outs. And again, we get him to check his swing on that slurve. We struck Reggie Jackson out on that same pitch a few times this game. My opponent, like I said, made a couple weird decisions, and here we are. The 6th inning, we're up by 4, and he brings the left-handed knuckleballer, Ryan Fairbairn, out of the bullpen to pitch in this one. And I can't say this enough. I can't stress it enough. This is the fakest, most unrealistic, stupid pitch that's ever existed in a video game. I really wish Sony would San Diego Studios would just tone it down, man. Like, if his knuckleball was that good, he would be in the majors. Like, it's just not that good. The pitch is it's just not that good in real life. The thing about knuckleballs on this game, even if you get a bad release, it's gonna break and move like crazy. The only thing that's determined on your analog or your meter locator is where the pitch ends up, the end result of the knuckleball. You could have the worst release in the world and that thing is still shaking like you're on the Gravitron. I hate that pitch so much. So we end up stranding a base runner in the 6th inning, and in the top of the 7th, he gets a base knock and then a 2-run homer. This game's about to get sweaty. He's got the knuckleballer on the mound, and he has found his groove. He cuts the lead in half, makes it 4-2. We got to take Kluber out. We took Kluber out of the game on the single. Chapman gave up the homer, and then Chapman stays in. I tried to get the lefty, Eddie Matthews. He ends up hitting him. So we go to Nate Pearson out of the bullpen for Nolan Arenado. He gets walked. Now there's 2 on with 1 out, and he's going to keep the knuckleballer in the game with 1 out. That's right. He's got 2 on with 1 out in the 7th inning, and he's down by 2, and he keeps the knuckleballer in the game so that he can get a glitchy, cheesy inning out of him, and the worst thing ever happens. He hits a ground ball single through the right side to load the bases with 1 out. As you can probably imagine, I was flipping out when that happened. But the good news is, Mondesi lines out the first. That's our 2nd out of the inning. Next batter, Gleyber Torres in the 0-1 count. He's going to hit a soft ground ball to shortstop. So he strands them loaded. I thought we were going to blow the game right then and there. Now we just got to find a way to get to Fairbairn. And in the first at-bat of the bottom of the 7th, we're going to get an early okay to drop for extra bases. That'll be in the gap. Carlos Correa, next man up in an 0-1, and look at this. That is off a 46 overall common. Perfect line out with face of the franchise, Carlos Correa. I'm telling you, there was a 2.5 inning window here where I thought this game was going to go completely south. But the very next batter comes up, hits a double the other way. We do end up getting another double there, though, and then Mike Trout with 2 outs is going to ground out to third. So after he strands the bases loaded, we leave 2 in scoring position, and we're going to go into the 8th inning where I'm going to bring Billy Wagner out to pitch. Reggie Jackson leading the inning off, swings over top of that slider. He was not well equipped for the off-speed, especially with his power hitters. He was pretty much dead red fastball this whole game. We get 1 out on the strikeout. Next batter's going to fly out to right field, and then with 2 outs, Joey Gallo checks his swing on the changeup. Couldn't hold up, though. It's 0-2. I decided to guard the lines here. He got a couple weird hits against the shift in this one, so I thought better of it in a 2-strike count. Just go ahead and go back to guarding the lines. Let's be careful here. We're going to try and blow a fastball by him up and in, and we do just that. 3 up, 3 down in the 8th with 3 outs away from what I hope is World Series at an 884 rating. And we got to tack on some runs. We got a perfect here. Again, he kept the knuckleballer out there. This time we get the perfect. Goes off the wall, though. It'll be a triple. So we'll have a runner on third with nobody out for Gary Sheffield, and Sheffield gets good okayed against Fairbairn there, but it will work, and what would have worked as a sacrifice fly. It's going to be a single. I don't know if he was trying to get behind that ball. There's no way you were going to throw me out at home. I don't see why he would try and get behind it, but he ends up making a user error there trying to get to that ball, and he's going to drop him for a single. Next batter, deep fly ball out to right. Again, doesn't get under that. I don't know if the game's messing with him at this point, but I don't really care. The Fairbairn, as soon as you bring that knuckleball out of the bullpen, I could care less how unlucky you get. Jason Giambi's going to hit a ground ball to second base. He thought about coming home. Again, just a stupid decision. Giambi's going to be safe at first base, and at this point, the wheels have fallen off for him. There's still nobody out. It's 7-2. Piazza going to drop one into the gap. That'll be an extra base hit here with nobody out in the 8th, and we are going to go ahead and bring that runner home. That'll make it 8-2. Piazza gets to third on the throw. And Carlos Correa, I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze another run in just to make sure nothing weird happens. Let's make sure we get that extra run. I don't want anything weird happening in the 9th. So we're going to go into the 9th with a 7-run lead. First batter, 0-2 count, swings over top of that off speed. That'll be the first out of the inning. Next batter's going to step in here. It's Eddie Matthews. We had Doolittle come out. He gets to strike out on the changeup. And then Nolan Arenado in a 1-1 count is going to hit a ground ball to the right side. That sneaks through for a base hit. So he's not going to go down without a fight. He gets a base runner on. Nolan Arenado, though, he ends up, or JD Martinez, I'm sorry, off the bench, ends up swinging through that fastball to end the game. We win it 9-2. Outfielders celebrating. We got Kluber celebrating in the dugout. He was the player of the game in this one. We were at an 884 rating before this game started. Can we make World Series? Well, of course not. We have an 898 rating after that game. Our opponent was probably 9 points away from me getting 17 points. He was just outside the championship series. Like I said, again, we got a favorable matchup there, but it got sweaty with the knuckleballer coming out of the pen. But we ended up blowing him out. We had a big 8th inning. We're going to jump into another game here. If we win this next game, we are guaranteed World Series. And wouldn't you know it, we got Oswalt versus Hal Newhouser. This is a better opponent. He's got Mike Trout, a bunch of face of the franchise cards. He's got 99 Sandberg. He's a fellow Phillies fan. And we're going to be the home team in this one. We're going back to course. Mike Trout, who I have no idea why he has a shift in this game, is going to get a bleeder to drop the other way. And that's not just going to be a double. That's going to be a triple for Mike Trout. With 1 out, Juan Soto's going to hit a line drive to left. And thankfully, that was a low enough line drive to not score the run. So he's going to have to keep Mike Trout at third. And then Fernando Tatis is going to strike out on that pitch down to the zone. And one trend you're going to see with my opponent in this game is he did not like the off-speed down at all. Used that to my advantage in this one. You'll see more of it. Bottom half of the first inning, Jason Giambi hits a line drive to first, and Joey Gallo makes a incredible play to knock that ball down. Runner moves up the scoring position, but there is 2 outs. We're going to clutch it up, though, and we're going to get a base hit back up the middle. So a ground ball RBI single for Mike Piazza here in the 2nd inning gives us the lead. In the bottom of the 3rd, working with that lead, Roy Oswalt gets a pop-up. Next man up, Juan Pierre. He's going to fly out to left. So we got 2 outs with nobody on base. And Mike Trout, first pitch of his at-bat, is going to once again go down the line the other way. I just sometimes I forget to turn the shift off. I really wish that the game made you put the shift on. I wish that it wasn't automatically there and you had to choose to put it on, because sometimes I choose to take it off and then I get bit by it. He ends up getting an RBI ground ball back up the middle, just like us, didn't barrel that ball up, but sneaks it through. So we both got a weird RBI single in this one. It's tied at 1 as we go into the 4th inning. Now it's a 6-inning ball game, all tied up. First batter grounds out to third, then we get a fly ball out to center field. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. And then once again, Hal Newhouser's gonna come in. He's batting in the 8th spot. He's gonna ground out the shortstop. That'll do it for the 4th. Skipping into the 5th now, Ryan Sandberg in there, leading off this inning again in the 9 hole. He had his pitcher batting 8th. In my opinion, pitcher should only be batting 8th in Battle Royale because you know you're never going to bat with that pitcher. In ranked seasons, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I think it's really just a try-hard mindset. It does. You got Sandberg trying to be a leadoff hitter for the top of your lineup. You have Juan Pierre and Mike Trout at the top of your lineup. What do you need to do that for? I don't know. We strike out Mike Trout with 2 outs. That ends the 5th. Now we go to skip into the bottom of the 6th. Where Reggie Jackson's going to poke one out to left for a base knock. All over that. It's going to put a runner on for us. Gary Sheffield up now. 1-2 count. I really struggle again. I honestly, when it comes to facing pitchers, Hal Newhouser's my least favorite. Gary Sheffield hit that ball pretty well, but he's going to line out the right center. Pitching with Corey Kluber, I like Kluber over Newhouser as a pitcher, but when it comes to hitting, I absolutely suck against Newhouser. I'd rather face Kluber at this point. We're going to get to him here, though. Craig Biggio into the gap. That's going to be an RBI triple. We get the lead back in the bottom of the 6th, but we were not done there. Jason Giambi, lefty, 0-2 count, gets a hanging slurve, and he smokes it deep out to center and gone. 2-run bomb. We double up our score. It gives us a 3-run lead that we will take into the 7th. My opponent, just like the last one, suddenly late in this game starts putting better contact on baseballs. Flies out to the wall. Ketel Marte off the bench for Hal Newhouser next. He's in. It's a 1-0 count. We missed with that fastball. I try and go down and in. Miss out over the plate, and he smokes it to the wall again. I can't stress how much luck I got right there with both of those balls staying in the ballpark. But again, going back to the beginning of the video with that mantle thing I was showing you, I was getting incredibly unlucky. There was like a 10-game stretch where like it just felt like every bad bounce was going my opponent's way. So I'll take these at this point. I have grinded to get to this spot. I'll take the good luck when I can get it. Mike Trout comes up. He's going to fly out to center field. That makes it 2 outs. And then Juan Soto, we got Chapman in there, the lefty. He's going to strike out on the slider. Horrible swing there. I set him up by throwing the fastballs down and away. Looked like another one. Slider breaks off the plate, and we get the strikeout. In the bottom of the 8th inning, we're going to get another insurance run. My guy, Reggie Jackson. He's a savage. My opponent brought the bronze Trevor Rosenthal out, which I don't understand. I mean, he's got Mike Trout and all these face the franchise cards. I know for a fact that he's got better relief pitchers than Trevor Rosenthal, but he brought Rosenthal out. We hit a homer in the top of the 9th. We get a fly out to left. Joey Gallo's going to then come up, get a sink or change up down, and then he swings over top of that for the strikeout. And then Gary Sanchez in a 2-2 count with 2 outs swings over top of that changeup. Again, my opponent just not handling the off-speed down well at all. Roy Oswalt's going to celebrate in the dugout with the squadron. Mike Schmidt sitting there. I don't know if that's Mike Schmidt or Jason Giambi. Giambi should be on the field, so that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Outfielders are celebrating. Roy Oswalt got player of the game, and we make World Series just like that. With a rating of 914, we had to pull out a sweaty against a championship series opponent after missing World Series by just 2 points. Just 2 points. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up down below. We did make World Series. I'm going to have a Pack Squads video up tomorrow that you guys do not want to miss. The World Series pack will go towards Pack Squads, so we can use that reward as usual, like every other season. The World Series pack gonna be dope. Also, wish me luck because I gotta make World Series on this account and the no money spent account in the next season, so it's gonna get tougher. I'm excited to grind it out with you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Guys, welcome back to No Money Spent. It's episode 12. If you haven't seen episode 11, we debuted Joey Gallo, Carlos Santana, and Shohei Ohtani in ranked seasons. Go check that out if you missed it. This is the last episode I played some Battle Royale, and I flat out sucked the entire stream when I was playing. Our final run, we did get to 8-0, but then I blew it. I lost 2 games in a row when I could have won a hobby bias. So I don't have anything other than a Nick Castellanos to show for that last Battle Royale team. The good news, though, is that I finally finished the U.S. Conquest map. That's why...